Okay. So, what does Central Park mean to you?
This is actually the first time I've ever been to Central Park. Very first time. I've been in New York about 5 times now, and I've never been here. And it's absolutely breathtaking, really beautiful.
I think Central Park is cool for us because we're from West Virginia, where it's like very kind of rural, and it's like really cool to see like it be really natural in the city, which is kind of what we're used to. It's really cool.
It's awesome.
When you look around, just walking through here, what do you see about the people, in the people, and about them?
Fascination, absolutely. Because we're from, like she said, like a very rural part of town. We know, I mean, population's not so much like that you would expect here in New York City, and like there's not a lot of interactions kind of like this. So that's the fun of New York City, is getting to interact with different people and watching, you know, like shops and everything like that. It's like the best city in the world.
We were just sitting like at that fountain, we're just like, we just talked to so many people, and like we don't have like that where we live. Like, it's just like cool to have that interaction, I think.
Definitely.
Well, what would you compare the interaction in the park as opposed to outside the park?
I was just saying, like, I was surprised. Everyone is so like friendly. Everyone's like, "Can you take a picture of me?" And like, take a picture of me. And everyone's like just talking to each other, and like people just like sat by us and talked to us. But like when we're walking like down the street, like we've had some kind of rude people.
Different, yeah. Like some different interactions.
Yeah. And it somehow seemed like it was a lot more like people were just friendlier.
Yeah, very friendly.
Something about walking in here that changes your perspective.
Most definitely. Oh yeah.
So you got your picture held up. Now, I just took that. So what does that picture mean to you?
This picture means a lot to me because this is my best friend. She's been my best friend for 15 years now, and it's awesome because this is the first trip that we've taken together, like as like a, you know, as a best friend thing. It's like a fun thing, and we've done a lot of stuff, but this weekend has been the most epic weekend we've ever had. So like this picture means a lot. It sums up the entire weekend in a nutshell. Okay. So it's great.
I think the same thing. It's just like we've been talking about doing this for so long, and we did, and we're just like having so much fun, and like we love pictures. We take so many pictures, like everywhere we are. This one is so awesome. I think we just love it.
How many Polaroids do you take?
None. We've never had any. Like I mean, I know I haven't. I don't know if she has, but I've never had any Polaroids, and they're fascinating to me. So she was actually the one that suggested it, that we get a Polaroid. Yeah.
So how does that compare to all those photos you've taken?
The photos that we take, the digital photos, are beautiful because like the definition and everything. But when you can capture a moment like right in your hands, it's unlike anything else. Like you immediately have this photo, and then you can have it for the rest of your life. And when you go to digitally, when you get it digitally done, you know, you can have those photos and treasure them, but it's nothing like a small Polaroid that captures the moment all in that specific right then and there.
And it's unique.
She was just saying like how like she looks so natural in this picture. It's just like captured the moment so perfectly, and it's just like now we can just carry it around. Like it's not on our phone, it's not somewhere else. Like, we have it.
No, we have
awesome.
it. Like a memento, exactly.
What do you plan to do with it?
I plan to because the both of us, and there's only one. I think I definitely want to keep it with me, like put it in my room or something like that, and just like put it on my bed, something like that, because I love pictures. Pictures are in my room all the time, and so something like that. But make sure that she has a part in it too, because there's only one of us having the picture. Yeah.
So now the film I used to take that picture, it was discontinued about a year and a half ago, maybe more.
Oh wow.
So that particular film, black and white, is going to be gone at some point. Wow. So that is some of the last in the world.
That's insane.
So in the future, when you have kids, and you have for some reason you have no physical Polaroid to explain to them. Your kids are asking, "What is a Polaroid?" But you have nothing to show them.
And you'll show them.
So how would you explain in words to them what it is without having that in your hand?
I would tell them that it's an instant. It's like a picture that you can instantly take, that prints out like immediately, and that you can like you can actually capture the moment right then and there and have it in your hands. And that, and to just be like, this is what this is what cameras used to be, and this is like, what I don't know what the word is, but this is like a treasure, pretty much.
Someone, when I asked them this question, says like an instant memory.
Yes, that's a very good, that's a very good comparison.
If we had this to like show them and say, this is what it is, like
this is what we do.
This is what we did. We got it. We had it that day, and we've had it since that day.
Okay. Well, hopefully, you won't. The scenario I just laid out won't exist, and you'll have something.
Yes,
to show them.
I agree. I completely agree.
Okay, so what stopped you walking by? What stopped you saying, I want to get
She
that?
knows that I love photography. She knows that I love pictures because I take a ton of them, and I'm like the most obscene tourist. Like I just picture. Like you can spot me out a mile away. And she saw, and I also love vintage things. And she saw it, and she was like, "Oh my gosh, we should totally take one." Like she's like, "It tells you want one. Like, do you want to do a vintage picture?" And I was like, "Yeah." And your price is perfect, and like it was well worth it.
I just thought it was like, all this stuff, there's so much stuff going on, but like that was like something like I didn't expect to see, and we were like, whoa, like that's really cool. And like, as soon as we saw it, she's like, well, I want to do that, like let's do it, I'll get it, let's go right now. And it's just like something that's like so cool, and we could just like do it and have it and, like,
forever.
It just stood out to us, I think.
Great. So tell me again where you're from.
I'm from West Virginia.
Okay.
I'm from West Virginia too.
Okay. And what are your first names?
I'm Chelsea.
I'm Sydney.
Okay, well, thank you for the interview.
Well, thank you very much, Brian.
Enjoy the photo.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate this. This was awesome.